Okay guys, I'm making this video for those of y'all who cannot come down here physically and to practice with. So we're using a tenor ukulele, and the first thing we need to do is you need to use a tuner. Mine happens to be a Snark that you can get for 12-15 bucks on Amazon, and you turn it on and it will listen to your strings, because it's very important your strings are in tune. If it's in tune with one of these tuners, then every one that you play with, you will be in tune with. Okay, as long as they do their standard tuning. All right, so let me do that. Check each string and you adjust it. Because when the weather changes, the heat, humidity, whatever, or your strings will stretch as you play, and you'll need to retune it each time. Alright, so looks like we got that. We'll turn that off, save our battery. Okay, so what I'm going to go into is the basics, because on the ukulele, a guitar, almost any instrument, or any song, most songs have 3 basic chords. A lot of them vary, and some of them will have a 4th, some of them will have 5, 6, or 7, depends on how they were written. But you can almost play any song with 3 basic chord patterns. So we're going to learn to play the ukulele in the key of C, which is very easy to get started. And when you learn how to change your fingers to different chords, if you want to play the guitar someday, you will already have some experience in changing chords with your fingers, and it's relatively easy to adapt to a guitar. All right, so we're going to start with the key of C, and on the ukulele it looks like this. Okay, this is the top of the ukulele where you tune it, the top bar. So this is the 1st fret, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, okay? And then the strings, if you were to turn it sideways like you're holding it, well, this would be the bottom string, the littlest, and then the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 4th string. But when you see diagrams, you're gonna see it like this. So this is your bottom string. So all you have to do to make a C, really easy on the ukulele. On the guitar, you have to use like 3 fingers, but on the ukulele, all you have to do is press, it's the 1st, 2nd, we call them frets. 1st fret, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, and 1st string. So on the 1st string, press down on the 3rd fret. It's gonna look like this. And I recommend you do it with like your 2nd finger so you can change up here when you need to. Okay? Sounds like that. Okay, now as far as strumming, you can use a pick, but I like to use my fingers. And if you will cup your fingers, kind of like pinch them together, like you're making that little animal, but put them like this. And when you strike down, you kind of just hit your fingernails. And when you come back up, you kind of use your thumbnail and you practice. And so when you get into other songs, you can see. All right, so you need to practice, kind of put your fingers together like that. So you don't hang them up. You don't have to hit it real hard, just strum it. Okay? So the next song in the key of, next chord, I'm sorry, in the key of C is usually, not always, used, depending on how the song's written, is an F. Okay? So you want to put your fingers, this is your 2nd string, 1st fret. So put your 1st finger of your left hand on that one, and then put your 2nd finger on the top string, the 4th string, on the 2nd fret. It's hard to see, but it's going to kind of look like that. Okay, so you're going from a C down here that we just learned, and you move, this finger's already kind of ready, and you move it up here, and then put that second finger on the top, and you make the F. Okay, these are two of the simplest chords that you can learn. So go from C with your, like your third finger, so your other fingers are loose, ready, and then just kind of lay your first and second finger over on those two for the F, and then you can go back and just put the third finger on the first one again and make the C again. So a lot of your songs are going to go like, so I'm not going to get too technical. I'm just trying to show you how to begin, okay? Now, the third chord, like I say, most chords, most songs simply have 3 chords in a lot of cases. It makes it real easy to play. And the third chord we want to learn, it's going to be a little harder because you got to use 3 fingers. It's called G7, okay? So here again is your first string, your second string, your third string. This is your first fret up next to the top bar, second fret, third fret, fourth fret. So you're going to put your first finger on your hand on this one, your second finger on that one, and your third finger, second finger on that one, third finger on that one to make a G7. Now, this is going to be the hardest probably change you have to make. But what you have to do is change from C to F to C to G7 and do that over and over and over until you get your fingers and your brain working together to know how to automatically change really without much thinking about it. You just have to think about the next chord and where your fingers should be, and it automatically will start coming to you if you practice it over and over and over. Okay? So practice strumming with a C, and then practice changing to the F, and practice changing back to the C, and then practice changing from the C to the G7. The interesting thing is, if you learn this G7 on the ukulele, that's the same thing, that's the same chord. You can automatically know the D7 on the guitar. So it kind of applies down the road. If you learn it on here, it makes it easier to learn on the guitar. Okay? So, I put in an email before, here is a copy of Jesus Loves Me. It's really an easy one to start to learn to play. Okay, so here's how it goes. It goes, Jesus loves me, it's in a C. Jesus loves me, this I know. And you can hear with your ear that it changes, it goes higher. That's where you're changing to the F. For the Bible tells me, and then it goes back down to the C. So that's what we did. We went from C to F to C. Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells me so. And then it goes still in C, it goes, little ones to him belong. Then it goes that F again, but it's real short. They are, and then back to C, weak, but, and then there's that G7. He is strong. Hear the difference in the tone? That's the basic 3 chords. Jesus loves me, this I know, F. For the Bible tells me C. So, little ones to him belong, F. They are weak, and G7. He is strong. Okay? If you can learn just those 3 basic chords, you'll be able to play lots of songs. Like, I can use those same chords to play like Jingle Bells. It's just a little faster or a little different beat. Like jingle bell, jingle jingle all the way, F. Away. So you can play lots and lots of songs if you'll just learn to change between these 3 chords. So the basic thing that you have to do is be able to change quickly so you keep in time with your song. Okay? So try that, and I'll make another video later, and I have a YouTube video that I'll share with you where a little girl plays this and shows you how to play it as well. Okay?